Warning: this stream is rated for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tuba Swan SaveTheMusic.org Theater. My name is Scotty, also known as EBC, and this is number 7 in the WreckTech series. We are chugging right along with blowing shit up and chaos and mayhem and destruction, and yeah, all that stuff. So welcome. Hello, how are you doing? So glad you could join us this evening. All right, let's see here. Yeah, let's get some musica. Musica. That's way too loud, though. Hold on. Not coming out on your end, but let's see. We need that right about there. Then we can unmute it. It's Ben of the Gaming Adventures. So what's happening? How we doing? Okay. All right, I think everything's ready to blow up here. Okay, so what we are going to be doing today to blow some shit up. Let me get this camera here. There we go. You may have heard me mention a couple of times before that in a past life I was a DJ. I owned my own disc jockey company for about 14 or 15 years, primarily from 2001 until 2016. So yeah, about 15 years. And I retired from that business and sold my business in 2016. So, left over from that business, I have a plethora of audio cables. And my brother, who's in a band and tours and does a lot with audio equipment, has used some of my stuff, but we have so many audio cables here that we don't know what exactly we have between the two of us, and we don't know what exactly is the status of all of those. So what I'm going to be doing tonight is going through the process of identifying and testing cables and then repairing any that are broken, essentially. And I had to postpone doing this. I was going to try to do it last stream, and I found I really did not have all the tools that were necessary. Primarily this boogie here, which is a wire stripper, not to be confused with a professional stripper. The professional strippers are a lot more curvy and a lot fucking more expensive. But a wire stripper that makes it far, far easier to remove the outer casing from wires. And there are ways that you can do it without a set of this particular tool, a set of wire strippers, using like a box razor or a pair of pliers like this that have the cutting edge in the bottom there, but it's more difficult and takes a much steadier hand and is far easier to cut your wire and make mistakes like that. So it's just better to have. And this was not expensive. I think this was like one of the cheaper pairs that was available at Home Depot for like, got it, $12 or $13, something like that. They do have much more expensive ones, and they have tools that are designed to make the process even easier of stripping a wire, but you really don't need that. It just kind of makes it a little more fast, a little more efficient, so for like a professional electrician to utilize. So we're not going to need that doing what we're doing here, but this will help tremendously. So we have the multimeter here. I picked up this one, a Centec from Harbor Freight, for I think $35 a couple of years ago. And this is a medium grade. You can buy cheaper ones for around $20 and far more expensive ones to do, you know, again, more professional electronic stuff. But this one will do for our purposes. Wire strippers, pliers, my soldering iron here. This one I skimped a little bit, but this is a Weller. It was available on Amazon for $70. And then, of course, there's other things that come with it, like the rosin core solder that is used to make electrical connections. There's a couple other odds and ends tools that are used for that. I've got electrical tape, just in case I need to mark some wires. And then I've got my screwdriver set, my precision screwdriver set, and these are some extra connectors to replace any bad ones that I come across. I don't really have a lot of those, but enough that if we come across some bad socket connectors, we can probably replace them. All right, so that's all the tools. Let's get started here. I'm just going to be going through quite a few of these cables one by one and determining what we need to do with each one. Oh, let's see here. And of course the cords get all tangled up, and some of these cords are literally 20 years old, so we're going to be having fun trying to figure that out. I also at some point need to get, because I used a lot of duct tape previously to bind some of these cords, and now I have Velcro wire ties. So that makes it a little bit easier. We're going to be cleaning them up a little bit as we go. And tags, cord tags, that I don't know if I'll be using today. I've got to see if I have Sharpie, some indelible ink to be able to mark down the length of the cable so that we know what the length is when it is coiled up. All right, so let's start with this one. So we got a very easy process for checking continuity, and if you are not familiar with that term, I'm not surprised, but it's a fairly simple term based on the word continuous, which basically means that from one end of the cable to the other end, you've got a solid electrical connection so that there's no disruption in how it operates. For that, we simply need a basic operating point on our multimeter, and that is right here. You have to look for this. Let's see if we can do this with the camera. This right here, the little thing that looks like an upside down O, or an O with a little break at the bottom of it, and it's got little feet. It's a little character. That's rating in ohms, and you might be able to see there's this little thing right here. I don't know if the camera's focusing well enough. Little thing right there is a speaker icon. So that all that means is that if we turn the multimeter to that setting right there, it's going to beep if we have continuity. So we can test this, and you want it to have the same position it's in on the particular side. So if I do it like this and I take it like this and open it up, then we're talking about this one on the far left. This pin should be connected to this socket, this one on the inside to this one on the inside, and then the one on the bottom to the one on the bottom. So all we have to do is place one probe in there, and if I touch it to this, it should beep. And it's not. See? So that is a potential indicator that this cord has a short in it, and being that this cord is as old as it is, I'm not surprised. But we're going to make sure we're actually touching the metal parts. Nothing. Not a single thing. Now we also want to check and make sure it's not like a reverse wiring from where it should be, and not touching any of the other poles either. So not there and not there. Okay. So we know that there's probably a short on this pin that's on the outside and this connector on the outside. Somewhere in the line, there's a short. So let's do the inside now. Got that. Nothing. Not a single thing. And let's also test the other pins just to make sure. Nada. Okay. Now that's left and right, or left and right, one or the other, depending on how it's wired. And then the bottom would be the ground. So we're going to test the ground now. Aha, you hear the beep? If you can hear that. I don't know if the mic's picking it up. But there we go. We're getting continuity in the ground. Now we also want to make sure that we're not getting a connection between the ground and anything else. So nothing there, nothing there. But we do have a good solid connection on the ground. So we know at least one of those, the ground is working the way it should. All right, so first, let's take this side apart. And let's see, we want I think a number... Yeah, we want a 00, I think. That's what we want there. We'll give that a try. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. Still a little small. So let's see if we can step that up a bit. This is too big. Nope, that's perfect right there. Okay, so we just take out that little screw and it should pop right out. It should pop right out. Come on, there we go. Okay. So, let's see what we got here. Take that little sleeve back. Yeah, it looks it looks decent on this side, but it could be just as much here or here where it enters this socket. That happens a lot. You get a short on that. But before we do that, let's open up the other side and just double check and see if we can find any clear breaks. And if not, then we will go ahead and just strip everything and yeah, see, there we go. Clear break. This one right here is not connected to anything, and that would be our left channel. Okay. Either way, with the age of this cord, and see, that's broken there. That's not supposed to be like that. That will cause problems with the wiring after a time anyway. So, first of all, let's see if we have a replacement for that socket. That's the female end. Yeah, that's what this is here. So I think we're just going to replace that whole end since it's part of the since part of the casing is damaged. So this is a brand new one. Let's see what we got here. Yep, so that's gonna probably just slide in there and snap closed as soon as we're ready for it. And then here's our boot. Das Boot. And I don't know what this is. Maybe just another stabilizer? No. See, that's got to screw into that, like that. It's probably just like a wrangler or something if you need help wrangling them in. Okay, so to start this off, we're just going to cut this off here. And then we will start anew. Now let's see, we had this sitting right about here, which means that a potential break in any internal line is probably happening right about there. So if we cut it back to, say, here, that should pretty much cut out any potential bullshit. There we go. All right, so that we're not needing that. Let's turn this off for a second. Always save your hardware. If for no other reason than fucking hardware is expensive these days. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I don't want to do it with that. Let me grab my X-Acto knife. Where did I put that? Where did I put that? No, I wouldn't have put it up here. What the hell? What the holy hell? It's gotta be up here somewhere. There it is. Oh. All right, so let's see here. For this thing, that's what it's going to be like closed. So I probably want to cut it back right about here. Mm, 1,001 games live and beyond. Hello, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, we're doing some audio cable refurbishment here. Now, this braided orange is a metal sleeve that goes around all 3 cables that are inside. And that is shielding. Yep. Not heavy duty, just the regular audio cabling, like, you know, for whatever you're going to, you know, audio purposes. Let me see. I don't know that I can cut through that shielding. So let's see if I can just unravel it. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Then I can cut it a little bit easier. Anyway, welcome 1001. How are you doing this evening? Glad you could stop on by. Exactly. Yes, it's not Dollar Tree or Family Dollar little itty bitty cables. Which, by the way, I recommend to absolutely nobody because those are bottom of the line, and they really. They really do everything they possibly can to cheapen the product. You can get decent ones at, say, Walmart, Kmart, Target for a little bit more. Yeah, they break before you leave the store. Like, you pick them up and they break. Let me use this just to unravel this shielding more. But, Yeah, as I was explaining earlier, a little bit earlier in the stream, I own my own DJ business for well on 15 years. And I have a plethora of potentially broken and sad audio cables all over the place. Most of those are at my brother's here now. So we are going through them one by one and seeing what we can fix and refurbish, checking for continuity, and all that good stuff. So this one I tested already, and it has good continuity on the ground, but the other two it does not. So we're going to do our best here to get this to work. And this cable in particular, I actually remember using this many years ago. This cable has got to be at least 15, maybe 20 years old. So I definitely got my value out of it, because I probably spent like $12 on this cable back in the early 2000s or something like that, you know. But if we can get this up and working, it will ride again. Nearly get this shielding undone here. Anyway, how are you doing? How's life been treating you? Hopefully it's not been a horrendous day, but has been instead a good day, where things did not blow up on accident like Ben does with everything. So let's see, 2 cables. Let's see, no, we should have 3. Oh, it's using the shielding? Got clear, we got red, and I think it's using the shielding for number 1. Okay. Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. Okay. So we're not gonna cut that. We're instead going to bring it over to the side and braid it. Decent day, 9 out of 10. You burnt your cereal in the microwave, and then you sat down and the toilet blew up. That does not sound like a decent day. That sounds like either a non-decent day or a comedy. So you keep using that word decent. I don't think it means what you think it means, to quote a Spaniard. Any day that I sit down on the toilet and it blows up, that seems like a harbinger of a bad day. But I will take your word for it if you say so. If you say that was a good day, okay. Who am I to argue with the person who is playing 1,001 games and beyond? Oh, okay. Inconceivable! Okay. So if that is correct, that it is using the shielding here, we're just going to bring that over to the side. And let's actually see if we can test that out, if we have enough continuity here to see if that's the case. So we got that. So that's on number 1. It is. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's good. That answers that question. So that's our third cable, is the shielding itself, which is not uncommon. It's just not necessarily the easiest way to go with this. So this, you could probably tell this is, or you could probably say at this point that it's a little bit of a cheaper type of cable where they use the shielding itself for one of the sides. Okay, so I'm gonna get this filler paper out of the way here. Let's use this. Okay. I do not think I do not think it means what you think it means. I mean, that's a classic line there. It's almost as if, like, because the wording is a little bit odd, even with that sentence. It's almost like they were like, how do we get this? How do we get people to understand what he's saying there? All right, so then the shielding we will just leave off on the side here. Now we want to strip these wires, and we typically want about a 1/2 inch. And let's see, that looks like about a 1.3 millimeter. No, a 1. There we go. So that's 18 gauge. We should do that on the movie night some night. Alright. I'm gonna get my iron going here. Let's see. Somewhere around like a 2.5, I think is good. So anytime you're dealing with this bare wire, you always want to twist, because it's several strands put together. When you're coming to the end, the twisting will give it strength and help make the connection strong. 6 times, that's it? That's it? Sounds like you need to see it one more time. And I did that loosely over here on the shielding. Just enough so that it's going to stay out of the way. And then we'll firm that up when we're getting ready to solder it in place. Okay, now we want to cut off a little bit of the end of the excess wire. Man. I hope that's not what I think it is. If so, then this pair was not really worth it. Jesus. Okay. All right. Now, on this side, we've got oh, I know how we need to. We should do this more scientifically here. So we've got the clear on this side, and we'll test that by. I need a Gator Clips extension for this. So we'll test that by. We're getting something, but it's not quite enough, and that leads me to believe there's a short on this other end over here, so we may have to do both ends here. Okay. Now let's do this side. So this should be on the red. Nothing. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a short. Oh, no, 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 no. Left is that. Okay, so this is the red. The center is the red. Okay, that's good. We're getting continuity on the red. But we're not getting continuity on the clear. Oh, we are there. Here we go. I must not have been hitting it right. Okay. All right, that's good. That means that there's probably not a short on the other end, which makes it a little bit easier. All right, so we got that. We got our wire prepped for that. Now let's pull this over and make sure that we're going into the right sockets here. So the one is the shielding, the 2 is the clear, and the 3 is the red. So we're going to start with 2 is clear, and that's on this side. So that right there. Okay, it's our iron hot. Yep. Okay. Get a little bit of solder. Oh, you know what? Let me get this here. This'll make this easier. I won't need this immediately, so let's just take that off. This is called helping hands. It's very helpful when you need extra hands. So we're going to get this red out of the way here for now. And that has to go on... I already forgot what the fuck I'm doing. Clear is number 2. So that one. So far right. That's good. And let me see if I can go ahead here. Man. See if I can position this properly. Come on. Okay. So that right there we go. Perfect. Got our iron. And we just want to... This is a bit too high, I think. Get it down to 2. Not hot enough, apparently. Alright, let's run it up to 3.5 then. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That looks solid. So I'm going to take that gently out of there. There we go. We got a good solid connection on that. Now the next one is going to be a little bit easier because we've already got the one attached. So let's see. That was 2. Clear is on 2. Red is on 3. Right? Yep. Wait, which one is 3? The up center. Okay. So this one right there. Not quite in position. Just like that. Let's see if I can get this to stay. There we go. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, that's good too. Alright, now we just need the shielding. Now the shielding, I am going to, rather than I think I'm going to just let me make sure I'm doing this right here. I don't think I am. Nope. So just out of this, I gotta run this down the other side in order to fix that. So let's cut this here. We'll get that in a second. I just need to have that there. Okay, so now this aspect of it, just wrap that around, and then if I twist this, we should have just about the right length. Come on. There we go. There we go. I just need to get this to sit up in the cradle. Like so. There we go. Well, that's not quite as good as I would hope. There we go. Something like that. Oh, that's not quite enough. Give me a little bit of time to make that a little bit stronger here. There we go. Okay, now I'm happy with that. Do. Okay. This all the way to the other side. There. Back it up a bit. Now we got our receptacle here. Oops, again. Like this. Ta-da. And then just screw in like that. All right. Oh wait, I'm missing a component here. Hold on. There's got to be something that locks that into place. Let me see here. It's got to be that clip, right? Out there. What locks this in place? Well, hello, Sween. Thank you for contributing to the challenge. I'm a bit flabbergasted by this. See, on other ones, there's a screw that holds that entire block in place. Hello. Hello, Clarice. Apparently that goes there. I'm at a loss on this. Of course, I bought these connectors like, I don't know, 20 years ago. Got that part. But then what is to prevent that from backing out? I hope not this. Yeah, maybe that's where this comes in. Okay. No, probably like this. Right? Yeah, so when that tightens down against that, it pinches those and it makes it so it can't back up. Okay, gotcha. I wondered what the fucking piece was. Okay, there. Now, this should probably back up to... Yeah, there we go. There we go. So we got that, and then once this is in, it should stay. Yeah, that's what that clicking is. Okay, all the way down there. There we go. Now that's what I'm talking about, baby. Okay, now the other side. And you'll have to forgive me on the speed of this. I have not done this in many years, and even when I did, I was basically just watching my dad do it. So it's a learning experience for me. That. So now I'm probably going to need to take that apart again, or at least see this here, how this is. Here, let's make a note of it. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, and 3. One is the shield. 2 is clear. And 3 is red. Okay, so just so we got that going here. Now let me see. This was pretty decent. So I think, and we still have an intact casing, so I think we'll just reuse that one. It's a little beat up, but the casing is still good. Everything screws back in place, so I think we'll just reuse that. But we would have to break the solders here. So let's see here. Thank you, Ben, for donating to the challenge. Goad Scotty into playing BioShock. See, that was Cage's and Whitney's idea, and I don't know. If we actually get to it, then I suppose it's something I will have to do if I'm keeping good faith. God damn. That heated up the rods. And let me make this a bit easier. Mhm. There we go. There's one. Ooh, let me see. There's two. And here I should probably break this clamp. Man, it's pouring outside. I think right about 3 is good on that. What do I want here? Let's see if I can do it with this. Nope. Do 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 do. I may not be able to break this clamp. Man. Well, let me see here. If I can't break the clamp, then it's all for naught. There we go. Okay. As Scotty says, you just need the right tool for the right job, Captain. Still not really getting anywhere, but at least I got it to break. There we go. This one. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Hello, Sleight of Game. Thank you for donating to the challenge. Okay. There, now I just need to get the that final solder out. There we go. All right. How are you, Slight? How's life been treating you on the West Coast? Now, what I need, and what I want to see here is just how extensive, if I'm going to reuse this, how extensive this solder is in place. There we go. That's good. But I do need a tool that's in my bin for that. Go. Life is good. Well, howdy do. That's awesome. Let's see. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. All right. So now let me let that cool for just a bit. Lightly stressful 2 weeks, but nothing terrible. Getting ready to watch more football. Who is the team du jour? Okay, while that's cooling, start prepping this one. Let's see what we want about there. So we'll cut about here, I guess. Any teams, but the San Francisco 49ers. You know what I never understood, though? Slight mostly watch, so you can win some fantasy football money. Okay. I get that aspect of it. But you know what I never understood is the concept that I live in Cleveland, and therefore I should be rooting for the Browns because the Browns are the Cleveland team. Most of the people that play for the Browns, or any team for that matter, aren't actually from the region. So if we were talking about like region versus region, and that's the concept, is that you want your team from your region or city to beat the team from another region or city, that wouldn't it make sense that you have people on the team from your region? Like, you have the Olympics. And you've got country competing against country. Turn this off and get it out of the way for the moment. So you got country, competing against country, and it's supposed to represent the people of that country. USA beats Russia in the Olympics. It could potentially mean that Americans train better or are more physically fit, or even as something as simple as have more funding or something like that. But it's region versus region. You don't have that in American sports because anybody can be from anywhere and they're drafted into another city, or their contract is sold. They sign a new contract with a new team in a city that they probably aren't from, have no ties to. Like, I remember back in the 90s, everybody was always talking about Jim Thome playing for the Indians because he was, really good and everybody loved him, and he was a great baseball player. And there was talk about Jim Thome leaving the Indians, and for a while there he's like, yeah, no, I would never leave the Indians because this is my city. But I don't know if I'm wrong on this, but I don't think Jim Thome was actually from Cleveland or even Ohio. I could be wrong on that, but your old quarterback was a Green Bay fan and played for the Niners. Green Bay quarterback grew up a Niners fan and now is a Green Bay quarterback. Yeah. So, I mean, what's the... If the point is not region versus region, then what is the point of the competition? And then it's no longer about region versus region. It's about what team has the most money and the best ability to hire the superstars that are available and all that. I have heard the name Aaron Rodgers. I don't know who it is, so I'm sorry that's lost on me, Ben. San Francisco Stadium isn't even in San Francisco anymore. You know. Okay, now on this one, I did a shorter. First of all, the duct tape on here is terrible. Never use duct tape on audio cables, kids. It'll ruin your life. It's like crack. Aaron is the Green Bay quarterback, but they have salary caps, so it is pretty even, unlike baseball. Even still, then they find ways to get around it with drugs and whatever else, and it's just like, eh. If it was region, like if you had the farm system, where instead of the draft, where they, draft the best and brightest out of colleges, you had, let's say it was a rule that you had to draft people. Yeah, I'm the manager, the owner of the Cleveland Browns, and I can only have people that are from Northern Ohio on my team, because that's a regional thing. And then if I was to go play the San Francisco 49ers, those should all be people that came from the San Francisco area. Does that make sense? So that aspect of sports, especially modern sports, is lost on me. It doesn't seem like you're really... There's no reason that you should root for the team that you are in proximity to simply because you're in proximity to it. What if they're terrible? Like the Cleveland Browns have been bad for all these years. Why would I root for a team simply because they're the closest to me? We hear that story a lot in Minnesota because Minnesotans care about Wisconsin sports because of border battle. I could understand that, maybe. Like, there's this big rivalry between the OSU and Michigan. And I asked somebody that was more in the know about that years ago about why there's this rivalry between OSU and Michigan, and they couldn't rightly tell me. Something to go back with some sort of dispute between Ohio and Michigan years ago or something. I don't know. But, wouldn't that make more sense? It's almost like sports have much more to do with legacy than anything else. Let's say you grew up, I grew up in the Cleveland area, and my dad was a Cleveland Browns fan. Therefore, I'm going to be a Cleveland Browns fan because he always was. Even that makes more sense than you root for the team that is in closest proximity to you. I used to mess with people, though, like back in the day, because I've never been a sports head, but like back in the day, people would ask me, who's your favorite football team? And I would say the Dolphins because they suck the most and they need the most help. We just root for our favorites. Most people do proximity to represent their hometown or where they grew up. Many people move and stuck to the same teams. You had San Francisco as a city in real life anymore, but you feel weird picking a new team. Okay. At least I can get that. I understand maybe the psychology behind some of it, but... Hate. Now, there's a lot to hate about all of... a goodly portion of in the entirety of California. That's an oxymoron. That's an oxymoron sentence. Yeah, I don't watch sports, just football. Um, and the same thing, you know, the fights, UFC, boxing. Before UFC was ever a thing, boxing was. It seemed like the one of the biggest things in the sports world. I mean, yeah, you had basketball and baseball, but I mean, especially early on, because you really didn't have most of those major sports start emerging until the late 40s, and there wasn't organized on the national level until the late 50s or early 60s. Um, so boxing was always the biggest thing. And I look at something like that and I'm going, okay, so it's not even necessarily about um like who is the strongest or who is the quickest. The entire idea of the competition is who is able to beat the shit out of the other person and do it quick enough and not take as much damage themselves. Okay, so yeah, you're training for all of that and I get that, but the entire concept of boxing is based on the idea that the best man is the one who can fight the best. And seeing as how I never saw fighting as an ideal way to resolve conflict, I just look at that whole thing and I'm just like, oh, okay, so you beat the shit out of him. Good for you. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but I haven't really looked at sports as any type of big thing that I should be involved in. Alright, so the shield. Let's start with the other things. Let's start with 2, shall we? And that is clear. You love football for its 3D chess. It gets extremely complex. I could see that, yeah. I could see that aspect of it, I think. It's got to be like that, I think. Okay, so we're going to... Oh, that presents a problem. I didn't think of that. I really should just... I don't know if I should clamp that first or not. Either way... I could probably clamp it there and it's not going to be that big of a deal. Or... How could I do that? Yeah, that's got to be much shorter. Okay. So let's see here. Let's pull that down to there. Sports tap into that primal war part of humanity, the need for battle. Just safer this way, no killing. Heh. I suppose. I suppose. But I've never had that urge. Like, I've never in my entire life felt that I needed to beat the shit out of somebody. I've been angry at quite a few people. But, never wanted to physically harm or, yeah. Ooh, there we go. Never wanted to kill or physically harm anybody. Not so much. I mean, obviously there's been, like, real urges, but I mean, after a while, I just looked at that and I decided that wasn't the way that I wanted to live my life. At a younger age, too. Like, I see so many hothead kids. And all I see there is that they they are unable to control their emotions. Okay, so great, you're a kid and you're starting to grow up and you have not yet learned to control your emotions. Okay, well, now we've got adults that are old enough to drive and drink and all these other things, and they purchase a gun and they still have not learned how to control their emotions. Well, now that's a problem, you know? What are you gonna do? Go out and fight somebody because you don't like them, you know? Coach versus coach. Okay, so that makes more sense too, I guess. That you really have like a strategy versus strategy, which probably football allows for that a lot more than the other sports. Clear. Pull that down here. All right, now I'm gonna get this into position to there we go. Come on. Right in there. Let's bend this out of the way for now. Come on. And then we'll just worry about clamping as low as we can there. Alright, where's my solder? Ow. Man. There we go. There we go. That looks good. All right, that's one. Now I need to get the red up in position for the 3. And oh. This one's going to be a little trickier to try to get in there. Nope, not quite. Let me try this. Okay, we're gonna have to settle for that, I think. Okay, I think that'll do. And then, whoop, let me let that cool for a bit. I don't want to burn myself yet again. All right. Let's see what we got here. How are y'all doing? Are we having fun yet? If we're not having fun, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Hello, all you lovely people. Okay, one more connection here, and then we should be able to close up the clamp. And God damn it. I forgot it. I forgot the fucking boot, man. It's fine. I like doing this over and over again. Maybe I need to make a checklist. There we go. Start over. Start over. Recording YouTube stuff so you're not having fun. Well, you're just doing it wrong, Ben. You're supposed to be having fun. I mean, what the fuck? Can't take you anywhere. Alright, so clear is on 2. Just gonna see if I can rough shot right through this here. There we go. Most of it was already done with the tinning, so I just gotta see if I can put it right back in place. But come on. There we go. And is not being kind. Let's see if I have better luck with that angle. Do, 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 do. Skyward Sword sucks. Well, then don't play it, Ben. Jesus. Yeah, like Cage says. Wow, I'm Ben. I'm not Optimus Prime. Skyward Sword sucks. Leave it alone, then. If it sucks so bad, just stop playing the game. I know you want to love it. You want it to be better than it is. But that's not reality. There we go. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Nope, didn't hold. Come on. Ben, your YouTube content and your Twitch content and the things that you guys do together as a team is whatever you make it. So if you don't like that game, don't fucking play it. Who cares about YouTube? Let's stick with that angle here. It's your life. It's your future. It's whatever you make of it, so make it a good one. No, that's Emmett Brown. Jesus. Doctor Who. I have never seen a single episode of Doctor Who. So you can Doctor Who all you want. Okay, stay there. Don't move. There. Please. Stay. Stay. It's not pretty, but I think that works. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now I can bring this one up. Let me let that cool for a minute. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Doctor Who in my life. Just never appealed to me. I could probably take a stab at some point, I think. But I'm too busy, I think, with other things. Like I'm almost through Game of Thrones for the second time in preparation to watch House of Dragons. And I'm just entering, or I'm about halfway through season 7. So I got season 7 and then the season that everybody hates. Please? What did I say please for? So I'm watching that. I also have to finish up the Conjuring series. I think I still have 2 movies left in the Conjuring series. And oh, I asked it to stay in place. Yeah. I say please, and it says nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Well, we're almost done here. Just got one more to put in place, and then we'll put the boot on, and hopefully it'll be kosher. Well, we'll test it first. Trying to think what else that I was trying to do on the TV end. Nope. Not quite. I should tin it first, I think. Yeah, let's try tinning this bad boy. There, that should help. I think I would. I've attempted to do Gotham, but I didn't get very far in it, and I thought that the first episode or two was really kind of slow. But I don't want to give up on it. I do want to try to make Gotham work. So I will give it more of a try, I think, here pretty soon. And I don't know what else. I have several series sitting untouched. Let me see if I can get this fucker to do what I want. There we go. That's good enough. Let's roll with it. Okay, I think we got a solid connection now. Let me let that cool a bit. In the meantime, let's test for continuity here. Move this stuff back. Okay. Okay. So we have 1 and 1. There we go. 2 and 2. Maybe that's just the way I'm holding it. Yep, there we go. And 3 and 3. Beautiful. Now, we'll just get this back in place. Oh, gotta close the clamp. Okay. And boom, ba-doom. There we go. Screw. And which screwdriver did I use? This one. There we go. All right. There we go. We got one done. Tested, repaired, works perfectly now. Let's just do one more check now that we got everything back together. Make sure I got this here. So outside. Beep. Inside. Beep. Ground. And let's also make sure that we didn't fuck anything up and we've got polarity or continuity where we don't want it. That's outside. And inside, nothing there. Wait. No, that's okay. And nothing there. That's not good. Hold on a second. I think I know what the problem is. I'm gonna double check this. We're getting continuity where we don't want continuity. Come on. What are you doing, Stepbro? There we go. Yeah, I'm guessing it's because of that, but let's see if we can tell it to sit down and shut up. That's clean. Yeah, that's the problem. All right, so let's see if we can. All right, so that was boom, boom, boom. I can't remember what that was. Continuity, good. Nothing there. Nothing. Continuity, good. Nothing there. Nothing there. Continuity, good. Nothing there. And nothing there. Okay, now we're set. Put this back. Okay. One more time, just for shits and giggles. Yep. Outside. Good. 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 Inside. Good. Still getting a little bit there. Not supposed to be. Let's see here. Double check, make sure I did everything right here. If not, maybe it's on the other end. Yeah, as far as I can see. Let me try opening up the clamp a bit. Okay. Unless this is causing it to crimp when I put it back together. Yeah, let's try it one more time. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, I think I got it now. All right. So, that's done. We're going to give it out. Boom, ba-dum, boom. Time is at 9 o'clock. I give it a brand new Velcro cord wrangler. And I'll give it a new tag. Where the hell did I put my tags? Oh, tags! Taggies, here they are. They're hiding. Oh, shit. Tag. Right there. There we go. Now, what I'm going to be doing with that, now that that is finished, is I will eventually clean it up, take off all this tape residue, and measure the length, and that's what's going on the tag. Just so coiled up like this, I know what length it is. All right, so that's one down here. I want to grab one that should be a little bit easier. It's a different style here. And we'll see. And otherwise, we'll just maybe test some for continuity and mark them for next time. I have to get a lot better at that process so I can not take, what, 2 hours to do one cord? Yeah. Alright, so first things first. Let's see what we got continuity-wise here. This should be... Okay, so it looks like 1 is that, not that. 2 is not used. 3 is the pin. Okay. And we do have continuity here, so I'm going to assume that this is all decent. We should be okay with this. And we'll be ready to just move that right onto the testing phase. So same thing, let's get that a Wrangler here. We'll put it in this side, I think. Let's keep that consistent. Okay. That one's good. Let's see about this one. Okay, so it looks like we got a short there. Definitely have a short there. And definitely have a short there. Okay, so this one definitely needs repaired. I think I'm going to put... Let's see, let's put some red electrical tape on that one. That'll be signifying ones that I need to repair. Okay. Go. Next. Let's see what we got here. Nothing. Looks like this is either miswired or has a serious short. Yeah, this one is miswired, I think. That's good. Yeah. So... Okay. Next, let's take this tape off. Like I said, never use duct tape to wrap your cords, kids. This one's missing a whole part of the socket is broke. So that will need to be replaced, and I still have two spare sockets there, but let's check for continuity first. That's good. That's good. Okay, so at least the continuity is there, but we're gonna have to replace that socket. That just ain't gonna do. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I can go ahead and get this one done right now. See if I can quickly enough repair this. So, back, back, back. Jesus. Come on. Get with the program. Nope, can't do it that way. Okay, on this one, let me just make a note. We've got him. Let it go, you piece of shit. There. Jesus. All right. Oh. All right. Let's see what we got here. That's all crap. Man, it is really storming here. I don't know if you can hear that. The rain pounding against the window. hopefully have a bit better time here. Okay, so if it's sitting like this, yep, that's the same. All right, so let's cut this back a little bit. Boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom. That and my X-Acto knife. Just gonna cut back a little bit of this casing. There. I don't know if I want to do that. Let's see if I can just get this untangled here. Music stop? No, it's gone. There we go. Boom, ba-dum, boom. Okay, if I can just untangle this a little bit, I'll be, I think, in a much better position. Almost. 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 There we go. Come on. You can do it. Come on, Ralphie baby. That's another movie we have to do on DMCA at some point here. Can anybody name it? Come on. Come on, Ralphie, baby. You can do it. Come on, there's got to be somebody that knows that. What the fuck am I doing here? What the fuck am I doing with my life? That's what I want. There we go. Come on. Come on. There. Come on, you're almost there, you son of a bitch. There we go. All right. Now we're cooking with fuel. Now we're baking with flour. Okay, now we can cut these back a bit. Do. So if white is up top and red is away, yep, that should work. Okay. Okay. Oof. There we go. That's nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. And just one more here. Shit. Do. Okay. Well, at least I have a solid connection. I just need to strengthen it a bit. Okay, that's not great, but it should do. Okay, let's test continuity. Do. Okay, we're good. Now this part up here. Well, let's bring this up first. There we go. There. Okay. One more time. Let's test continuity. Good. 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 All right, this one's fixed. Wrap it and tag it. All right, we're gonna start to finish up here. If anybody has a suggestion for a raid, go ahead and put that in. And this, we will use this one again. Start to clean up a little bit here. Okay, not quite as many as I wanted to get done, but I kind of overestimated my skill in how quickly and efficiently I could do these. I clearly have a little bit more work to do in that area to really get a good technique down. But I suppose it's not really bad, considering I haven't done it in quite some time. And a tag. There we go. And that's one more done. Okay, so we've got 3 good ones now that are completely done except for cleaning up, marking the tag for the length, and more, I don't want to say elaborate, but like final testing where I actually hook it up to the mixer and we make sure that it's relaying all the information properly. And where's my other thing? Here it is. And then I've got 2 more that absolutely I've already determined are shorted out and need redone. So not too bad, not too bad. All things considered, all things concerned. Is that how that saying goes? This is trash, this is trash. I'm trash. Oi. Yeah. No, there's no saving any of that. That's a nice good length there. Could probably keep that, I think. Well, let me keep that out for a bit and see if I can get some smaller pieces of hookup wire. Brand new wire is so unbelievably expensive now that you really want to save everything that you can. I'm talking like, not only have they cheapened product over the years, but like if you're building a house and you need to use, buy wire to hook up the electrical in that place, you're talking $10,000 just for wiring a new house. That's how expensive brand new wire is now. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Pieces, parts. I do need to have some kind of container for recycled parts here. I think I could oh, this was the broken thing. So none of this, but there's some sections of good wire here that I can salvage, I think. Let's just cut this here. If I can. There we go. Okay, now these, let me see if I can slice them open. We'll get rid of this external casing and then we'll just use the internal wire. Yeah, that's working well. I'll have to take off that shielding, but I want to just keep the internal wires. These small sections, I'm not going to... It's too small to want shielding for. Oh, look at that. See that? That, let me show you here on the thing. You see that section there? That is a break. So when this shielding breaks down because the wire's been bent way too many times in that area, then that's what causes shorts over time. Because it's just been bent too many times or whatever the case may be. And let's see where that... I don't know if I can see it on the external casing where that was. Yeah, no. But, I mean, that's the sort of thing that leads to cords not working after a while, is the shielding. If they're shielded, not all cords are shielded like this, but audio cords are very susceptible to electromagnetic interference. So they shield them. And the breakdowns like that can cause a lot of issues. Rid of all that mess, and we'll just keep these couple of things for hookup wires. And this one, let me add end off. Okay. If I can do this right, I could probably get some good lengths of bare wire. Maybe. Maybe not. Thanks, X-Acto knife. Yeah, that's not going to work. Alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to save the shielding, so let's just get it over with. Okay. So I got a couple of good pieces of little hookup wire here. That might come in handy in the future, you never know. Alright, all that can be tossed out. Alright. Oh. Okay, we're all cleaned up here. Let's get the tools put away. Let's see what we have here now. I've got one female and one right angle male. So clearly, I think I'm going to have to order more of these. I haven't ordered these in a long time, and they're not that expensive, but I really need to see, before I make any orders, what exactly I need. So we'll make an accounting of what I need before we make the order, which means I have to go through all the rest of the cables before we do that. Alright, so that's that. Put that here. Let's put this up in here. Get our soldering iron cooled down. Let's put this in here. There. Oh, where'd my meter bag go? There we go. Bum-ba-dum. And I will have to take my meter with me. Okay. Helping hands. Let's put this all back together. Let's get this going. It's still hot. Solder goes there. Tools. This goes over here. That goes there. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Tags can go up in there. Oh, shit. These from there. But okay. Screwdriver put away. Yeah. All right, so we've done some significant damage on the audio cords and got quite a bit done. Three cords completely fixed, 2 identified, and the majority of that done. All right, so if you're still hanging around for some stupid reason, let's do some coming attractions here on the EBC channel. Let's see, what do we got coming up here? Tuesday, nothing tomorrow. I normally have been doing Mondays, but I cut it out recently because Mondays weren't really working for me logistically. So Mondays are on pause temporarily, except for when we do the EBC show about every 3 or 4 weeks in the Conflux Discord, but we don't have one of those coming up just yet. I think it's October 10th for the next one. So no Mondays for a while, except for that show every once in a while, once every 3 or 4 weeks. So Tuesday night, Ancient Airwaves, we are looking at some old Victor Borga shows on Tuesday. And remember, that's radio, so keep in mind that Victor Borga was still performing on television and doing concerts and that all the way into the early 90s, I think. Maybe even the late 90s, early 2000s. I'd have to look into that. But this was radio shows that he appeared on back in the 1940s. He's that old, and he was that funny back then, too, so... If you haven't, if you don't know who I'm talking about, stop on by Tuesday night. We'll do some Victor Borga shows on Ancient Airwaves. Wednesday night, the classic animation Fern Gully on Wednesday night. That'll be at 7 p.m. in the Conflux. Stop on by for that. One of my personal favorites. That's Not Real Trick, continuing on Thursday. We're almost done with season 2 of Discovery, so that'll be at the normal time in the Conflux. And then Streamer Sync, Cage's attempt to be the most fabulous game show host on Twitch. He's going to be hosting a game extremely similar to the match game. If you've ever seen that, it'll be fun. But stop on by. That'll be on Cage's channel, twitch.tv/Legion Cage, Saturday, October 1st at 8 p.m. And it's going to be loads of fun. It's going to be raunchy as fuck. Then our second episode of That Is the Question, the very next day, that's a week from today, Sunday, October 2nd, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Our topic for that day is the necessity of makeup, in particular in relation to the feminine appearance. So we're going to I've talked to several people about that topic over the years, and everybody seems to be in agreement, but I don't think anybody has really discussed it detail-wise, and especially not in the context of sexual identity that has been much more in the news in the last several years and how it relates to that. So there's a lot of things psychology-wise that I want to discuss on that show. So that'll be next Sunday, starting at 2 in the afternoon. And then, believe it or not, I mean, I put this on the Conflux, but this is the first time I'm really announcing it. Believe it or not, I am coming up on my 1-year anniversary. It was a year ago on actually October 3rd, not October 4th, that The Devil's Gift premiered. And I was streaming before then. I was doing, you know, game streams and stuff like that. But that's when I feel like my channel really premiered. And it did so with The Devil's Gift. So we had a little bit of a scheduling conflict on Tuesday. The following day, October 4th, is when we're going to do it now. And not only are we going to replay The Devil's Gift, but there's going to be some brand new content for you. And we're going to have the cast, at least Doom and Whitney will be there. I think Isnib will be too, but I think he's just going to be in the chat. So we will have the cast to do commentary on the audio drama as we have it playing. And it should be a lot of fun to look back and see what the EBC channel has done in the last year. So that's pretty much it here. Dum-ba-dum. Thank you all for joining. Let's find somebody to raid. Raid! Thank you, Ben, and thank you, Ma. Oh, mother of mine. Let's see here. Let's go see Mr. Wrong. He is doing some... I think just some random ramblings regarding Let's Go Eevee. And I haven't seen him in a minute, so let's go see Mr. Wrong. Once again, thank you for joining. Appreciate you all. Don't do anything I wouldn't do because, well, if you start doing that, then I'm going to have to do that, and then you're going to regret doing it, and I'm going to regret I did it because you did it, and nobody wins. So just, I'm begging you, please don't do any shit that I wouldn't do because I'm not going to do that shit. And then if you just follow instructions and do what I say, then everybody's going to be happier and there's not going to be any problems. And the world will be a happy place, and Hello Kitty will die a painful death, and all will be right in the world. Okay? See, it's easy. Just do that. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Okay? Got it? Thank you. Good night.